All right. How was your weekend?
My weekend was fantastic, actually. They're all fantastic. It's positive, Craigie, I told you this time around. Am I upset the Knicks lost? Of course I'm upset the Knicks lost. But just having basketball back and a rocking Madison Square Garden and a great playoff game has, for me, tempered the upsettedness I had over the fact that they lost. I'm pissed that they lost. I'm not mad at Frank Kittalina. I'm not mad at him. He's not why they lost the game. Burks clearly isn't why. Thibodeau isn't why. The New York Knicks lost the game because their best player had his worst game of the year, period, stop. And that's it. We're not going to sit here for 5 hours and debate, why didn't you make Trae Young go to the left? Or why was Kittalina even in the game at that point? Hadn't played an hour and a half. All worthy parts of the game, for sure. But I had a home playoff game, a rocking building, and I know in my heart we can beat and will beat the Atlanta Hawks.
So when do you get upset? If they lose game 2, you'll be upset?
If they lose on Wednesday night, I'm coming in Thursday, crazy town.
I'm making sure.
Wednesday, I agree, is what they referred to in the sports business as must win. Gotta win, can't go down 2-0. I recognize that, I acknowledge that. But, man, I'm not going to let that loss, and it's a horrendous loss. I'm not going to let that loss dissuade me from feeling great about having playoff basketball at Madison Square Garden and knowing that my team's better. I'm not going to. You're not going to bring me down.
I'm not bringing you down.
You talk to the general population.
Oh, okay. I haven't said anything.
Talk to the general population there. I listen all day. It's like enough. First off, Bogdanovich makes a big shot. Now, do you want to nitpick how in the world does Barrett not, knock that ball away or catch that ball himself? I don't know how that happened. I've watched it on replay a million times. Frankly, Bogdanovich is also out of bounds. Comes back in, can't be the first guy to touch the ball. I could go crazy about that, but I'm not.
How about Trae Young getting in the line sometimes when he's not even touched? I mean, he went to the magic bag of let me get to the free throw line in a game in which the whistle was put away for the first 3 quarters.
Yes, it was. Let me get to that call on Barrett. I'm not that upset about it.
Okay.
There was contact on that play. Now, can I argue till I'm blue in the face?
It's not consistent with the way the rest of the game was called.
Agreed. Was there only 27, whatever?
They did a great job of letting them play the first 3 quarters. Listen,
the Knicks couldn't hit the ocean.
Well, they also couldn't
defend the first quarter.
They also couldn't defend the pick and roll at all.
The high pick and roll. The high pick and roll was their undoing the entire game. You're right. Could not stop the high pick and roll, and that's the only play Atlanta had.
Yeah.
Trae Young's a stud. What do we tell you? So we made him go. You let him go right. And even I watched on MSG. I know you were at the game. I'm not sure what network you watched on. You didn't have a choice for game 1 and will again for game 2. I'm an MSG guy when it comes to basketball. I want their Clyde. I want their Mike Breen. And Clyde is saying, as Trae Young's starting to play, you got to take away the right. He's saying it.
Right.
So the Knicks knew it.
They also had to send the double a little bit quicker.
Yes, which they did. The play on, but the Bogdanovich
they were slow to come and help. They were slow to help on that play.
Yes.
But you know what? You said something, and you're spot on about it, and it's simplistic, but it's so true. This is the NBA playoffs, okay? This is a superstar league. We have 2 players that are not yet superstars.
Trae Young
and Julius Randle.
That's right.
These are 2 guys who are now out to prove that they are superstars. Here's a news flash. You can only become a superstar by succeeding when?
Playoffs.
In the playoffs.
That's right.
I didn't know what to expect from Trae Young in his first playoff game. I didn't know what to expect from Julius Randle. And let me make myself clear. One playoff game is not a career.
No, and by the way, they didn't lose the series last night.
No.
And you couldn't have won the series last night.
Absolutely. All true. But so far in the battle of which or can both or will one prove to be a superstar, Trae Young answered the call, Julius Randle didn't. That's where we're at,
by
one
the
game
way,
in.
leave it at that. I mean, to me, Julius Randle, who's dropped 40 against Atlanta this year.
He was averaging 37 a game in the 3 games against the Hawks.
Julius Randle picked the worst time to have his worst game of the season, and it was his worst game of the season. My expectation is that Julius Randle comes back on Wednesday night and has a great game.
I'd agree.
And listen, you saw in the fourth quarter, He had no confidence at all and was passing up shots.
He did
And then-
take that three around the top
Yes.
screen, which for a moment felt like this could be the defining moment
I mean,
of
he
the game.
barely hit the backboard with
Wow,
it.
that was a few.
Now, he did make one three.
Minutes
I'll give
later.
you that in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
but-
that was with about 1:50
Yeah.
to go. And that gave him a lead.
Yeah.
That felt like that could have been the big shot to kind of get him going in the final minutes.
If R.J. Barrett makes the steal, and again, I've watched that in slow motion, frame by frame.
That play changes the whole game.
50
I agree.
times today.
I agree with it.
I think there was something magical in that ball.
It was a magic
Dude,
ball.
I have slowed that play down. Two
Right.
things on that play. Bogdanovich is out of bounds.
Right.
Comes back in. By rule, you're not allowed to be the first guy to touch the ball. Nobody saw it. And to be fair, it's on the Knick bench. No, not a single Knick.
No one reacted
is
to
yelling, not a single one. So I'm not going to cry about it, right?
Okay.
And the guy made the shot. I mean, there are times you have to tip your cap. Like Trey, I'll get to Trey in a second. R.J. Barrett reads it perfectly. I mean, Trey Young's fallen out of bounds. He's got no choice.
Right.
It's the only outlet he's got. R.J. Barrett comes across, Evan, and it's like the ball went through his body. I watch it in slow motion next break. It made no sense how that ball got to Bogdanovich. And then, of course, he knocks down the 3-tie game. If that shot doesn't go in, if he doesn't get a shot off,
Well, there's a lot
if Barrett steals it,
Craig,
game over.
You will make yourself nuts with the ifs because I'll give you another big if. Late third quarter, Madison Square Garden is moving. They have all the momentum, and Lou Williams single-handedly
Yeah, true.
caught into the Knick lead in the
7
final
straight, I
minute of
think,
the third
right?
quarter. Yeah. And all of a sudden, I think it was a 2-point game going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I'll do you one better, and I said it at the time, so I'm going to stick by it now. None of you heard it because I said it on my couch.
Oh.
But I did say it to
Okay.
those within earshot of me.
What did you say?
The two things that no one's going to talk about is Randall misses a free throw, and as great a game as Burks had. And listen, Burks had his greatest game as a Knick, right? He missed a free throw. They both missed free throws in the fourth quarter, and I'm sitting on the couch going, "That's going to kill him." I just had that weird
but when
sense
you lose,
it's going to effing kill him.
When you lose a playoff game by 2, a very winnable game, you can name 15 things that kill them.
You're right.
You really can. Like, one example is, and I know this isn't the reason they lost, but every possession matters. That's the way I look at the NBA playoffs. Every possession matters. Why are we wasting time with Elfrid Payton?
I
Can we
don't
just
know.
get past it? I know it's only 8 minutes. It's the first few minutes of the game. It's the first few minutes of the second half. It's a dog and pony show. Why is he out there? Frank Ntilikina should actually be the one starting, believe it or not.
Well, for his defense.
Well, yeah, because then when you put him in the game in the final seconds, he isn't cold as ice.
He also
He's actually been out there.
He also lost his shoe on that play. I'm not sure if you noticed that.
Right.
His shoe came flying off also. But here's why I'm in such a good mood today.
Why is that?
And
Because
you
the Nets
thi-
won?
Well, no.
Because
no,
the Islanders
no,
won?
No.
Because the
no,
Yankee
no.
pitching just doesn't give up runs?
The Yankees are the best team, best pitching staff in baseball. And they're tied in the loss column now. For first
Funny
place,
how
they're a half game
now you
out.
like the loss column.
Wow.
You mocked me last week when I brought up the loss column.
Amazingly, the Mets are still in first because they're the only team in the National East that's over 500, which is unbelievable.
Right.
And a stroke of good luck for them because they are going to get healthy at some point. But I'm in a great mood today because we got something last night that, frankly, I don't remember the last time we had it.
What's that?
I'm sure you'll have an immediate answer, and I hope that you do.
Okay.
We got something last night. Listen to the words as they come out of my mouth and into your ear balls?
Now your balls.
No, earlobes. I think they're lobes, not balls. If they're balls, we'll deal with that after the show, I suppose. We got something last night that we all crave, something we need, something we want.
What's that?
And I honestly, and I hope I'm not missing something obvious. If I am, I'm going to be really upset with myself. You know what we got last night? We got ourselves an old school, old-fashioned villain. We got ourselves a villain in Trae Young. When Trae Young put his finger to his lips, excuse me, hold on. Popcorn
That's
spilled
not
out of my
what
mouth.
started the villainous. That
Well-
started long before when 15,000 people were chanting, and I'll
Young,
have to clean
yeah.
it up, F Trae Young.
That's right. That's right. He played the Huckleberry for us.
Yes, he did.
When he puts his fingers to his lips and says, "I don't hear you now,"
Yeah.
building got really quiet now.
Effing quiet now.
And then he says at the post-game press conference, Where's all the FU Trae Young chants now?
Yeah.
He has established himself as public enemy numero uno. And I don't remember the last time, certainly for the Knicks, God knows it's been forever. I don't know if there's a team I missed while I was away. Obviously, the Astros.
A Knicks villain?
No, just like the Astros have become a villain.
Well, Altuve,
right?
I think, kind of fits it in a way.
Right.
Because he's become like the face of the Astros cheating scandal.
And when the Astros came here for the first time in over 520 days, the 4,000 or so, whatever the number was, I forget.
Right.
Yankee fans, let them hear it.
Right.
Because we need villains.
Yes.
We need a bad guy. We need somebody to rally against uniformly. Trae Young has given us that. So I say to Trae Young, while you're balding in a very strange manner at a very young age, we welcome you as the newest member of the Villain of New York City list. I love it.
Well, in fairness,
I love
the
it, Evan.
New York, and I'm not ripping the Knicks fan. I love it, actually. The New York Knicks fan started it. They began it. They were begging Trae Young to be their villain. They said, Trae, we hate you.
He's the best player on that
You're
team?
the best player on that
Right.
team. Some of the people in the Garden, probably most, actually watch the NBA, and they know how obnoxious and annoying Trae Young can be in begging to get to the free throw line, and that patented, let me stick my ass out to bump, cause contact, and get to the line.
Great
so
player.
Trae Young, no, I'm not ripping him. It's smart. It's annoying, but it's smart. So the Knicks fan was saying long before the series even started, Trae Young, we hate you. In fact, we hate you so much, we're going to cuss at you long before anything happens. Here's what Trae Young did that you have to appreciate. I think you're going to appreciate it. Most Knicks fans aren't. He responded. He kicked your ass last night.
No argument for me.
Because if Trae Young goes 2 for 17 from the field, and Trae Young turns the ball over 7 or 8 times.
Or misses a free throw.
Right, which he doesn't do.
Could you miss a free throw in the clutch?
You'd still chant at him, but you wouldn't look at him as a villain. You'd look at him as a guy that you've got in the head of.
Yeah.
Instead, Trae Young, and this is a big compliment, for one game, pulled a Reggie Miller.
That's exactly right.
He responded to it in kind. He not only responded on the court with his play, but he responded off the court by saying, okay, if you want to chant that at me, well, I'm going to give it back to you.
And he said he loved it. He said he got it in college. He got it when he first came into the pros, all that stuff, and he loves it. I'll tell you another guy that loves the attention. IQ. That dude came to play as he has all year long. At one point, he was 4 for 5. They're a different team when he's on like that. And, the Kentucky roots and all that crap. That dude can be counted
Obi
on.
in the first half, too. Give him some love.
Top and played
How
well.
about the fact
had
that
a big-time dunk.
Think about this.
Couple rebounds.
I know a lot of Knicks fans felt this way. They felt that the crowd, which was electric, I'll be the first to tell you, it was a great atmosphere last night at the Garden.
How far before the game did you guys get there? Like an hour before?
45
half hour?
minutes.
How long did it take you to get in? I want to go through the whole experience.
5 minutes.
Oh, it was quick.
Quick.
All right. I saw some videos, pregame videos.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed to me like the place was jumping from the minute people got off at 33rd and 7th outside the building.
Yes, there was a buzz
right?
inside that building 45 minutes before the game.
Can you remember?
Like walking in, there was a crowd of people who were not going to the game. They had no tickets. They were just outside screaming with signs and everything.
Yeah.
Because they were just sitting there while all of us with tickets were walking to the line. It was crazy.
Well,
outside.
you made yourself sound so bougie there. You did. Like you just made yourself like. And believe it or not, Buffy, there were people there at the game who didn't even have tickets, and they're standing there with their signs, making noise, while those of us fortunate enough to have the golden ticket had to walk through these animals. Ugh, it was truly reprehensible.
It did kind of sound that way.
I'm just giving you what you asked for. You asked for the element outside the building. That's what I tried to do.
It was
for you.
jumping.
Yes.
All right, we're going to get to the entire game day experience if you were there. I'd love to hear what it was like. Obviously, if you got to go to the Double Dipper on Sunday, the Yankee win, followed by the Knicks game last night, that would be great. And speaking of the Yankees, just a quick thing on the Yanks. I mean, did they give up a couple runs finally yesterday?
Aroldis Chapman, finally.
Of all people, right?
Finally.
And then Judge gets his first ever walk-off, which is a walk, not even a hit, but whatever. The New York Yankees are on fire.
Do you know how many...
And their pitching staff is unmatched right now.
Do you know how many consecutive scoreless innings their starting pitching has now thrown?
I think they got to 40, didn't they?
35.
Okay. There you go.
That's
35.
insane. That's insane.
Stupid good.
The Yankees are winning in a way in which we've never seen before. That's the other thing. The Yankees, throughout their history, win because they score runs. It's a constant.
Not in
2021.
Were you yelling at when they took Garrett out in the 7th? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, we'll get to all the Yanks stuff throughout the day. This is a self-serving big day for us as at 4 o'clock this afternoon, the show officially begins at simulcast on the SNY network. So we're looking forward to that. And it gives you a chance to enjoy a couple hours of the show, both on the radio, on the stream, and now on TV. So we highly recommend using that old DVR of yours. So when you get home from work, you can watch, and there's nothing you miss out on between 4 and 6. That's coming up as well. Phone number to join, 877-337-6666.